Hi there, I'm Amy, and this is The Opinionated Woman, and this is another Floor Chats with me. This one will have less tears. So, today I wanted to discuss it might sound like a weird topic, but it's the importance of saying sorry. This is something that I've struggled with for like my whole life. And I think only since I started therapy did I actually actively realize this was a proper problem and start to work on it. So, to give a little backstory of me personally, when I was a kid in my junior school, my report would always come back with so junior school in South Africa is 7 to 13. My reports would always come back saying that I was bossy and I was stubborn. And they were right. I was very bossy, I was very stubborn. I wouldn't back down, and I would never say sorry. Even if if I'd hurt one of my little friends' feelings, or and this carried on until like into my 20s. Like someone could put a piece of evidence like this close to my face, and I would still have some kind of like bluster and excuses and like reasons for me not to apologize to this person, regardless of how shitty I had been, or even if it was just something simple like like an everyday fact. I would not say sorry. I chalk it down, besides me being stubborn, to I was really scared of seeming vulnerable, because the fact is I was vulnerable. I was a little, very delicate, breakable little creature inside a hard shell that I had made, and I didn't want people to see through to the squishy, because if people saw through to the squishy, I felt like I was at risk. And that's down to some issues that we're not going to talk about today. So I've always struggled with it. I think it's a big thing to do with stubbornness, a big thing to do with being scared, and a big thing to do with ego. So I don't think I haven't mentioned on a video, I have mentioned on my blog that I started seeing a therapist because my sister-in-law passed away in a car accident in 2017. So that was really hard. So I went to my therapist and I started working on it. And this is one of the things, like after, like the therapist really helped me sort of become, I look like I got a bald patch. There we go. My therapist sort of like helped me sort of discover myself, discover the flaws in myself, and the things about me that I didn't like, that I wanted to go about changing. So saying sorry was one of those things. And slowly but surely, I started to do it, but I didn't realize it until one day when I was working as a chef. A student came to me and she told me something that I interpreted just as like a comment in passing, just like a fact that she'd told me about herself. And it was totally on me. It was 100% my bad. And I didn't realize it was something that she was telling me in confidence. So the next day, I think someone had mentioned it to her. She pulled me aside, or she asked me if she could speak to me outside, and she confronted me about it. And I said, shit, I'm so sorry. I had no idea that was meant to be just between the two of us. I should never have said anything. That's your personal information. I'm really sorry. And she seemed quite taken aback. And I thought about it and I was like, fuck, Amy, you said sorry. Like, you said sorry, bam, like that. And I was like, fuck, yes, personal growth. And it's made me realize how important saying sorry is. I also had an incident recently where an old student of mine commented on one of my Instagram pictures saying that I should say sorry because verbal abuse sticks. And I did. I messaged her on Instagram and I sent her this fucking essay. And unfortunately, I'm going to take this opportunity now before we get into why apologizing is so important, and taking accountability for your mistakes. But I've had over 40 students in the 2.5 years that I worked at that restaurant, and I don't have the opportunity to say sorry to all of them. So if any of you happen to be watching that worked with me or under me when I was at that job, like, I am so fucking sorry. I wish I could say this face to face to everybody, but I can't. I'm so fucking sorry for the way I treated you. I should never have taken my shit out on you. Not only was it completely unprofessional, it was uncalled for and it was cruel. And I can imagine that it made you not want to come to work in every day because you would have to deal with me, and that's not on. And I'm, from the bottom of my heart, I am sorry for the way I treated you guys. It sickens me. Like, it's really not okay. And if it helps at all, I have done so much work since then, and I'm constantly every day working to make sure that I don't become that person again, and I don't make people feel like that again, because that's not my intention. I never want to treat anybody the way I treated you guys. So get that general apology out of the way, because it's something that needs to be said for a long time. So why is apologizing so important? For me, it gives closure. Apologies give closure. And it also shows it shows a certain amount of self-awareness and humility. And it shows that you can put your ego aside and actually listen to somebody and take accountability for your actions. I know there are some people in my life, some that are still in my life and some that aren't. They're not dead. They're just, I never want to see them again. And if I do see them again, I'll pretend I don't see. If I received an apology from them, I know I should be able to move on without their apology. I might be able to one day, but I am struggling because I don't think I would get the apologies that I want from these people under any circumstances. And I think for me, it would help me a hell of a lot with closure if I did say sorry, if they did say sorry to me for that. Because a lot of their actions have affected my life. So in turn, I want to be able to gift somebody else that closure, for me to almost give them the apology gift, like, here, I am so fucking sorry, here, have some closure, like. Apologies are important, not only to smash that ego down, but to get you to look hard at yourself and realize, I fucked up and I need to sort that out. So basically this video is just for me to explain how important I think apologizing is, why apologizing should be a part of everybody's natural instincts, and that it's not weak. It's not weak to apologize. It's not weak to show vulnerability. Being vulnerable is 100% valid. And I think you'll garner more healthy relationships from then on if you apologize for the things that you did and gift those people that you've affected with closure. I think that's all I wanted to say. Yes. So please say sorry to people. It's healthy, it's cathartic, even on a completely selfish level. It makes you feel better, even if you can't get past your ego. If you're struggling to get past your ego to apologize, be like, well, I'll feel better afterwards. Trick that brain of yours until it becomes an actual thing that you do naturally. So yeah, that's all I'm going to say. I keep on forgetting to ask you, but if you enjoy this content, please drop me a like and a subscribe. It really, really helps. And turn on the little bell. Is it over there? I don't know. That'll give you a notification every time I upload. So be kind to yourself, be kind to other people, apologize to other people, wear a mask, and I'll check you next time.